Hello, I'm Ron Lacey. I'm from Custer, South Dakota. I bought this 1955 Nomad in 1966. I finally got it finished the way we wanted it, and it was a job by myself and my brother-in-law. We did the work. We also had the car, the interior was done by Roy Keith out of Hot Springs, and the cut and buff on the paint was by Dave Pohl out of Gillette, Wyoming. And they both did fantastic jobs on this car. And so we're really tickled to death. And it's going to be a driver eventually, but right now it's pretty much show.
My name is John Howard. I live in Rapid City. I've been a car person pretty much my whole life. Behind me I have a 1955 two-door Post, 1955 Chevrolet. And this car has been totally rebuilt in my shop in the last little over a year. It has a new 383 stroker engine, a 700 R4 transmission, all new suspension. Obviously the paint is very good and the interior is very good. It's a very nice driver, and it gets driven. Well, I have a nice shop that I work in, and this car, like anything, you make new decisions as you go along. So I started by replacing all the brakes and the suspension on it, and then I looked at the back of the engine and thought, that looks a little tired. Maybe it better be replaced also. So then it got a brand new engine to match everything else that's brand new underneath. So this would be called a resto mod. It looks like a 1955 car. It is a 55, but everything underneath and all the running gear is brand new. So it drives like a new vehicle, yet looks like an old one.
My name's Bob Luton. This was my dad's car. He bought this car new in 1936, and then he joined the service in 42 and left the car for 5 years. I went and picked it up 1992, brought it home, started restoring the car in 2016, so I just got the car done in July of 2023. I did the undercarriage, and then a lot of the body work was done at a body shop. The car's been in the family for 80 plus years.
I am Steve Coldwell. Been here in Rapid all my life. My brother and I enjoy classics, all kinds of street rods. He and I have shared a garage for many, many years. This Nomad, haven't had it a long time, but I've done a lot of work to it. 57 Nomad has a 406, 700 R4, a 9-inch Ford rear end. It's got electric windows added on. Leaf springs in the back have been narrowed and put in the pockets in the back so I can put wider wheels on the back. It's got 4-wheel disc, 18 and 20-inch wheels, and it does run good. A lot of people like the color of the paint. It's a black cherry. Just love street rods.
Matt Coldwell. I've lived in Rapid City all my life. I'm in my 70s now. I've been building street rods and hot rods since I was 15. This is my fourth 57 Chevrolet. When I met my wife in 1972, we did have a 57. Always had to have another one, so here it is. I bought this from Glenn Olson on Radar Hill in 1999. It took me 6 years to build, and here's the end product. Hey. Good.
Hi, my name's Tom Cantrell. I'm part of the Studebaker Drivers Club here out of Rapid City, South Dakota. This is my 1953 Studebaker Starlight Commander Coupe. This was the very first year of this body style, and it's very unique in the fact that look how low slung and sleek this car is for 1953. If you look at a Ford or a Chevy of the era, they're large, big roofs, long noses. This car was pretty cool for 1953. Came originally with a V8, a little 232 with an automatic transmission. It has been modified. It now has a hot rod 350 with a 350 tranny, power steering, power brakes. So it's a really good driver. Car came out of Montana, and I bought it from one of the other local members of our club here. He had bought it and then, for whatever reason, decided to get rid of it, so I picked it up. But it doesn't get out as much as I'd like it to, but it is out quite a bit. So if you haven't been down to the Count's Car Show this year, you need to stop down here and check out these cars. In our Studebaker division, we have 9 different models. Everything from a 1958 TranStar, we have a 51 Bullet Nose here. And then next to that, we have this really cool 1960 Lark wagon. Then we have a 60 Lark convertible. Then we have a 61 Hawk. And then a 1966 Studebaker Commander. That is also my car I brought this time. That is the last model produced by Studebaker. The car was built in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And they ran those about midway through the 1966 model year, and then Studebaker shut down completely. The most interesting, unusual vehicle of this show is the end vehicle down there, that Studebaker Zipman. That was made for the U.S. government, for the post office, in 1963. I'm not exactly sure how many they built, but they used them for about 10 years, and then they retired them. And that vehicle then went to the 1880 train in Keystone. They were using it to run back and forth between Hill City and Keystone. Then they retired it, and a motel bought it, and they did their laundry and whatnot. And then it sat in the field for about 20 years. One of the members of our club, Mike Prios, he bought it, and we've been spent the last 6 months putting that thing together and getting it ready to show.
I'm Dylan. I live in Rapid City now. I grew up here, been away for 30 years. And this particular car right here is a 70 Corvette convertible, 38,000 miles on it original. I waited since 1970. I've waited 53 years to get this car from the guy. I was in my front yard with my Stingray bicycle, upside down, squirting oil on the chain so it'd go fast. I look up and seen this Corvette pull down into the drive across the street from the home I grew up in. I had to put my Stingray on the ground, pedal over there to look at his Stingray, and I said, "That's an awesome car." He said, "Well, thank you." I said, "I'll buy it from you one day." And he goes, "Set your sights high, buddy. You never know. You might be a high achiever. It's hard to tell right now. What are you, 8?" I go, "I'm 9." So I've been waiting since I was 9 to get this car, and I'm now 62, and I just got it in August. And it hadn't been started in 35 years. In his garage, under cover, best kept secret in town. And I think felt like I was the only one that knew about it. Got a bullet hole in the trim ring on the driver's side rear wheel, and I don't know how that happened or what went down, but coincidentally after the bullet hole, this car went undercover for 35 years until I got it. And it has not been washed yet in 35 years. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it today or tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, I don't know. But I've never washed it since I got it and been undercover ever since. So it's a survivor car, I guess. My daughter, she's 8, she asked me the Monday before Christmas, "Can we drive the yellow Corvette?" Boys, you don't ask for much. Hadn't been started in 35 years and I hadn't done anything to it. So we run it in the shop on Monday morning, and Tuesday had it rocking and rolling and running, and we didn't have to change the fuel tank, carburetor, didn't need a kit, nothing. Had nothing but premium in it all its life. And the gas, I think we probably could have still run it, but 35 years that fuel sat in the tank on this thing. I had to put calipers on it and pads. We had to put a master cylinder in it, and I put the cheapest set of tires I could find because I got other plans. It's going to be changing out here at some point. But yeah, it's pretty nice shape and shiny paint, and it's just a barn fresh survivor car.
Steps of Nomad Wednesday and 48 on Thursday.
I dropped in to see.
I seen him pushed up through there.